Itachi Uchiha, one of my absolute favorite characters in all of fiction. A character whose depth, intelligence, and sacrifice really resonates with me deeply on a personal level. When you think of Itachi, you think of ultimately a tragic hero, the kind of character who at a young age had to carry the weight of the world on his shoulders and was ultimately misunderstood by his peers and everybody else around him. For a long time, I really didn't understand the full sense of Itachi's pain, witnessing the Third Great Ninja War, growing up with his dad as a head of the Uchiha clan, his philosophy and how he was molded, being a boy genius, thinking like a Hokage only at the age of 7. These things really didn't click on why I believe he had to make one of the hardest decisions in his life, which was to eliminate his entire clan. So after the conclusion of the Third Great Ninja War, most of the village was in mourning. Itachi, who was intending this with his father, noticed that Orochimaru was standing off to his side by himself. When he approached Orochimaru told him that grieving over the dead is meaningless and that the only thing that you can do is take advantage of it. Itachi then asks him what is the meaning of life, where the response he gets is that there is none. The only meaning in life is eternal. The next scene that we see cuts to Itachi standing on the edge of the cliff. Now initially my first time watching this show, I just thought it was some sort of training exercise that it cut to, and I really didn't think much of it. I was really eager to finish the series. But the second time around, when I saw this scene again and the scene prior, I realized that this was more symbolic. See, I believe that in this scene, Itachi was planning to take his own life. At this point, Itachi has already witnessed the horrors of war, but more importantly, he started to understand the politics of his own clan, the Uchiha. You see, Itachi Uchiha was a pacifist. He did not want war. He hated fighting. And ultimately, he had to choose: save his clan or save his village. Life is born and life dies. But the main reason I believe that Itachi ultimately decided to kill his entire clan instead of starting a war against Konoha was his little brother Sasuke. You see, Itachi didn't have a purpose in life. He was so good at what he did, and he was such a genius that it almost was unfair. He was not able to enjoy life as any other normal kid because he was overwhelmed with thoughts and the ideology that he was already beginning to construct at an early age. However, that all changed when Sasuke was born. He had purpose. He had a reason to believe. And with the tension rising between his clan and Konoha, I believe it was an easy decision to wipe out the entire clan, because he saw this was the only way to guarantee that Sasuke would live. Itachi was so willing to protect Sasuke that he carried the burden, the hate, to protect the future of everyone else. He chose the path of the ultimate sacrifice to decide to go against the Uchiha clan's rebellion to destroy Konoha. That's the only way to protect and ensure that his brother Sasuke would live. He understood that the most painful and most destructive path possible was the only path. He took on all the hatred, the shame of being branded a rogue ninja and a murderer, and the pain of knowing that his brother lived to kill him. But he did all of that in hopes of saving Sasuke. Itachi was so smart and so clever that he tricked the entire Akatsuki into believing that he was an actual member of their organization, when in reality he was a spy for Konoha, always keeping eyes on Sasuke, always tricking Kisame into believing that he was actually going to kidnap Naruto, when exactly he was warning Jiraiya by letting Sasuke hit him with a Chidori, which he then countered into the wall, making an explosive. You see, Itachi's whole plan was to make sure that Sasuke got stronger. So if the time, and when the time comes that Itachi eventually passed away, Sasuke would be able to live. In the end, Itachi Uchiha is a character who lives in the shadow of his own sacrifice. His life was tragic, a tale of love, loss, and loyalty. But rewatching his story made me understand the depth of his ideology, and it became more clear to me that Itachi's decision to kill everybody in Uchiha clan was not about being right or wrong. It was about protecting the future and Sasuke, even if it meant being hated by everybody. That cliff jump from earlier, it was a symbol of Itachi's struggles, despair and hope, between duty and personal desires. And it's this complexity and this internal battle that I resonate with the most and makes Itachi Uchiha the most fascinating characters in all of fiction.